Good morning to all of you, the people that have made it here. You are all equally important in this campaign, and I have a letter to share with you all, a letter of a life that would have been with us but could not make it, a letter from an unborn girl child. She says, I was killed for a crime that I did not commit, rather for a crime that wasn't a crime at all. I quietly lay in the dingy womb, hoping to see the beautiful world outside. I lay there, dreaming of the tiring evenings when I would play with Grandpa in the park. I dreamt of nights when Grandma would tell me the tales of beautiful fairies and princes in the castle. I dreamt of Daddy scolding me for hiding his car's keys. I also dreamt of my brother teasing and irritating me. I dreamt of the love that would be showered upon me once I became a part of the world of these wonderful people. But all my dreams were shattered. My story came to an end even before it could start. My story ended the day it was said to Ma and Pa that I would be born as a girl. The practitioner said, spend 10,000 rupees now and save 5 lakh rupees later. It'll all be done in 15 minutes. I thought it was time for me to see the faces of 2 people who created me. But little did I know my creators would become my destroyers. I shouted, albeit in silence. It took a little knife and rupees 10,000 to mute my voice. It was all done in 15 minutes. I was denied a life. Roy, whom I thought I'd call my brother, faced no such situation. He was given the right to witness the color of life because he'd be an earner and would carry on the family name. He'd also support the parents in their old age. But Daddy, what if he too turns out to be like you? What if he too finds his monthly income too meager to support Ma and you? What if he too leaves you one evening in a nice old age home? Then wouldn't his right of existence be justified? Ma, I remember the scriptures you read when you did not know the gender I was to have. In this land, a woman is worshipped. Nari sarvatra pujyate. This is what you had read. And it is in this very land that I was not allowed to see how women are worshipped. Female fiticide, an extreme manifestation of violence against women. A crime not against the ones that are with us, but the ones that would have been with us. A crime against the unborn. Our eminent speakers highlighted putting forth the social aspects, the medical aspects. But there is one more issue that is concerned, that is connected with this prevalent ill practices, and that is religious misconceptions and misinterpretations to this so-called son preference syndrome. The Hindi word for son is putra. And if we take a verse of our scriptures, let's say, Shrivantu Amritasya Putra, which means, listen, O immortal sons, listen. Now, if we were to take this specific word, putraha, from this verse, according to the meaning that we think it is, it would mean that it is referring only to the male society, the menfolk. But is this verse only talking about the male gender and neglecting the female gender? Can our realized beings, can they be so partial in mentioning this verse? No. They were not partial, dear congregation. What they meant to say in this very verse is that, listen, O children of immortality. The very word putra over here represents humanity, children. And in this same context, if we take another verse from our scriptures, Mata Bhumi Putro Aham Pitavya, means that we are sons of this land and this earth is our mother. Now, same, again, analogously, if we were to take the same meaning of the word putra, it would mean son. But no, over here the word putra represents humanity again in total, the children. And like this, many misinterpretations have been taken by different individuals. And in this stream, there is one misconception which is also prevalent in our society. It is said that having a son gives you a direct entry to salvation. But our scriptures say, Rite Gyanat Mukti, that without the knowledge of the self, without the knowledge of the ultimate, you cannot attain liberation. You cannot attain salvation. So, as we were listening to Dr. Puriji, that even though so many laws have been made, so many meetings are conducted, conferences organized, laws are made, rules and regulations are there. But why is it, my question is, that why is it that such practices are still prevalent in our society today? Why aren't we able to eliminate such practices? Where does the solution lie to eliminating such evil practices that are prevalent in our society today? All these so-called solutions that we think are solutions, that we try to implement, do not have a 100% outcome because the focus is given on the external aspect and the root cause is neglected. Over here, I remember that once His Holiness, Sri Ashutosh Maharaj, my Reverend Master, delineating about the solutions of all social views, not just gender, just society. He said that in order to get rid of all the social, economical problems that are prevalent in society today, what we do is that we cut the branches, the leaves of the tree, and we leave the root cause, the root neglected. But once we tackle, unless and until we tackle the root cause, we won't have a 100% outcome. And it is all these methods that we adapt today, that we implement today, are similar to cutting those branches and leaves of a tree. But unless and until we do not tackle the root, the problem will be there. It will still be prevalent. And it is also, as Dr. Puriji said, that who owes the responsibility? I believe that every individual, every citizen of the nation owes an honest responsibility, a contribution in curbing this societal view that is prevalent in our society today. Every individual counts. And in the words of Benjamin Disraeli, he says very well that when men are pure, laws are useless. But when men are corrupt, laws are broken. So it is at this individual level that we need to bring a transformation, that we need to bring a change at this individual level. And His Holiness, Sri Ashutosh Maharaj, the head and founder of Divya Jyoti Jagrati Sansthan, says that man today needs inner pacification. Society needs real renovation. And this is possible only through self-realization. And all of us that are present over here today owe an individual responsibility and need to contribute our efforts. But we will have to bring that change within us, because internal equality is the base for gender equality. Once equality is established within, equality will be established outside. And then only will we be able to get rid of such gender disparities. And with this, I would like to conclude and thank you all. Thank you.